What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We are here for some more action as the super late models take on Volusia Speedway. It is going to be 3D racing out here tonight. We go ahead and add the TikTok stream here as we get ready to go live over there too. How's everybody doing tonight? How are you guys doing? Let me know in the chat. See, it should be. Why is it not working? Why didn't it work? I don't get it. I don't freaking get it. It made me pick it, but it did not take it over on Facebook. I don't know what the hell is wrong with this thing. All right, let me go check it over here. Let's see if everything is set up correctly. I don't know why it won't automatically connect. Or did it? Did it connect? Did not. Did not automatically connect to the event I made. I have no idea why, but oh well. That's disappointing. Getting some spam over on Kick, which is a normal occurrence. Let's go ahead and go live over on TikTok, guys. How's everybody doing tonight? Let me know out in the chat as you guys get up in here. How are you guys doing? How's your night? Who's ready for some racing here tonight? Who's your picks out there? Let me know in the chat. Who do you think is going to win this one? Volusia. How many cars we got out there? Looks like we got 10 cars out for racing here tonight. Got to do something about this car count. Nick, thank you for the like. Appreciate that. You know, the likes don't count if you don't stick around and hang out. Just saying. Travis St. Clair currently out there with the quick time as we are live over on TikTok now too. I see everybody starting to pile in, getting those likes out there already. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Dirt Racer. I'm sure Bulls fan is hitting that like button. So is Lincoln. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. Looks like we might end up with a light field here tonight. I don't know anyone. I just started watching recently. That's all right. You'll get to know these guys. Got a couple more races with the 3D racing crowd. All usually really good racers out here. But we may be making some changes on the channel here soon that might make it a little bit easier on you guys for rooting for your favorite when you come in. Bulls fan, thank you for the like. Let's go tonight in a row. Right. All right, so right now we are in practice. We got about 5 minutes left to practice here as Travis St. Clair leads the pack right now in warm-up, in the practice. Clifford Driscoll second. I'll tell you what, Ethan missed last week. He won the first two, did not win last week because he was not here. Clifford Driscoll taking the win. Will Toter leave where he left off and take another win here tonight? It wouldn't surprise me at all. Would not surprise me at all. I don't know why there's nobody here. Let's see. Only person I've started watching. Cable Durgan. Yeah. Durgan won it at Airborne, which is awesome. Got his first win. There are quite a few guys. Sometimes we get Hollenbeck out here. Hunter Hollenbeck races at Fulton and Brewerton. LJ Jason Parker's Jr. races at Fulton Speedway. A couple of the guys out here where I'm at, they race on iRacing. So we do see a lot of people out here. Trashfield and Josh, thank you guys for the likes. Hello, Josh. I see ya. See ya, Josh. Clint out there giving the shares already. Appreciate you, Clint, and the like. Appreciate you guys. Definitely looking like it's going to be a light field here today as Ethan hits the front straightaway wall. He's going to go ahead and bail out. Used to watch his... Who's that? Jason Parker Sr.? He still races at Fulton Speedway. LJ's gotten some laps in that 358. I'll tell you what, LJ is quick in that 358. I don't think it'll be long before Dad will be putting him in the seat over there. So this weekend is Outlaw 200 at Fulton Speedway. That's where I'll be at. What's up? What's up, Cam? That's where I'll be at. I do the scoring and timing there. I don't do the manual timing. I do the computer stuff. Dobbs, thank you for the likes over there from 3D Racing and you. Appreciate that. So Outlaw 200, big one. I'll tell you what, Tim Sears is going to look to take that one. He had a heartbreaker in the Super Dirt Series race when they went to Fulton. Led the whole thing pretty much and broke after 70 laps. He should have gotten his, I think that would have been his first Super Dirt Series win. I'll tell you what, you know, it's not a surprise that Matt Shepard is starting to slow down a little bit with age and the competition is getting a little bit faster. Matt Williamson had to be thinking he was going to be it. There's some drivers out there that are going to make it awful difficult for Williamson to be as dominant as Shepard was. Do I recommend a cockpit setup? You know, I got a cheap one. Personally, just get comfortable. Something that's comfortable. Make sure it's a comfortable seat. I wish my seat was comfortable when I got it. It is definitely not as comfortable now. The seat's going to be the most important part of that cockpit setup. Landon, thank you for the like. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Landon. Should you watch a race or go hunting? Well, you know, I personally would pick watch a race. Trashfield, thank you for the share. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. As we got about 1 minute left here in the warm-up. Trashfield out there, back-to-back shares as they're wrecking big on the front straightaway. That was absolutely insane. Big wreck on the front straightaway there. As warm-up's about to come to an end, we're going to get ready to start qualifying here. Looks like we got 10 cars. Let's see if anybody else has showed up that just has not hit the track yet. We're going to go take a look. Nope, that looks like that is who we have. 10 cars out here ready to duke it out. As practice is coming to an end in about 30 seconds here. The answer is always go racing. I agree with that. Scott Dobbs' main account. Yes, it is Scott Dobbs' main account. I'm sure his alt account will be over on Facebook in a few minutes. All right, so just a reminder, as I am listening to them, they will do Delaware restarts in the feature here tonight. If they get more than 3 cautions, it will go single file after that. If you guys aren't familiar with a Delaware restart, it's a Delaware double file restart. It will be the leader up front. Second place on back will be side by side. Definitely gives the advantage to the leader more so than getting the lane to choose. I like it. I definitely like it. It lets them control the starts a little bit better, and the leader should be the one controlling the starts. All right, we are getting into qualifying. Who's going to be the first to jump out on the track here tonight? Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? It looks like Wesley and Schroyer jump out just about the same time. We're going to jump out on with Wesley in the number 81 machine. Looking to take advantage here tonight and take himself into that top 3, maybe a win. It's going to be hard. The good guys have come to play here tonight. As Wesley starts lap number 1 down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Let's see. I'll tell you what, I don't know who's going to cross the line first, Wesley or Schroyer, as Wesley's going to come out and set the bar with a 14.989 with that quick time. So he sets the bar here pretty early. Let's see. We got Cody Sieber out on the track. Let's see if Wesley able to pick up the pace any on lap number 2. He does not. He slows down a little bit. Scott Dobbs going to go up to that number 2 spot with a 15.005. There goes Sieber to the number 2 spot with a 0.48. So far, Wesley, the only one able to break into those 14s, but we got Clifford Driscoll out on the track. He was quick in practice here tonight. Okay, yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of tracks out there in Vermont. Doug, thank you for the like. Donnie Watts, thank you for the like. Appreciate that. Yeah, there's definitely, I got a lot of tracks where I'm at, and you do there too, so. Because I live near Syracuse, and, we got all the tracks around here. Matt, thank you for the like. TJ, thank you for the like. I see those likes hammering out over there on TikTok. Appreciate every single one of you. Already at 1.3K likes. You guys are fucking amazing. Do I consider dirt racing a sport? Of course racing is a sport. Physically, mentally, competition-wise, as Driscoll did not get the lap he wanted, but look who's jumped up to the top of the charts. Last season's champion, it's going to be Travis St. Clair with a 14.947 to the top of the charts. Toter's going to go third quick as JD Sace in that number 22 is going to look at that number 10 spot. So good lap for Toter in the number 3 spot. As we get ready for, I think it's going to be the only heat race tonight. I can't believe we only got 10 people. That's the one thing that sucks about leagues. Once people are out of the opportunity to win the championship, they just stop showing up. And that is kind of annoying. Dirt racing is more of a sport than asphalt racing. I've ran both. I have ran both, and I think both of them have their own. Both of them are really unique in their own way. What league is this? This is 3D racing. This is a 3D racing series. Wow, we are going to get 2 heats. Everybody's going to transfer through, though. It's going to be 5 cars in heat race number 1. Let's go ahead and pull up that starting grid. I'm sure they're going to run a little bit more of the practice tonight, or the warm-up tonight, just to burn in this track a bit with as few cars as there are. So it's going to be Travis St. Clair starting on the pole, Ethan Toter in second, Scott Dobbs in third, Thaddeus Marshall in that number 4 spot, and Clifford Driscoll rounding out the field in that number 5 spot. All right, just waiting on Travis St. Clair to jump out on the track and get these guys rolling here for heat race number 1. Should be a quick one here tonight as they roll off the starting grid. Let's see if we get that quick one to go. That point where the water gets stuck in your throat and you have trouble swallowing it. Wow. All right, he did not shorten the laps. So I guess we're doing both pace laps here as they come down the back straightaway. They're going to get one to go at the line. One to go as they come out of turn number 4. Who's it going to be tonight? Who thinks that Ethan can take 3 out of 3? He's won kick-ass Dobbs, says Brett. Why aren't you out here, Brett? Do you know Jimmy Horton? Yeah, I know who Jimmy Horton is. Travis, says Jake. Yeah, Travis is probably going to win the heat for sure. Travis is looking fast here tonight, and he has not took a win, which is a huge surprise because Travis is always fast. As they look for the green flag out of turn number 4, going to be Travis leading the way. Pace truck is in. Green flag is out. Oh, you're not in this league. Damn. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Toter looking up underneath Travis as Dobbs slides it up the track. Down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Battle for the lead. Ethan Toter down low, not able to complete the pass. He's got to get in line as Travis St. Clair leads lap number 1. Battle going to be there for third on back as Thaddeus has it. Here comes Dobbs looking to the outside. Clifford Driscoll going to send it in as they head through turn number 3 and 4. He's going to lose ground, slide back up in line. I hope to see these. You know, we were talking about it the other day. It would be amazing. Honestly, I think it would be amazing and a brilliant idea if Oswego went ahead and made Super Dirt Weeks. Nathan, thank you for the heart. Me appreciate that. What's up, buddy? And if they did their normal show for the first week, and then the second week they come back and they do late models and 410 sprints, I bet you it would be an absolute hit. Why not take advantage of it? The economy would love it. He's my mom's third cousin. Wow. I don't even know how to count that high in cousins. How am I late? Well, it's just heat race number 1. You're not that late, as Travis is pulling away from the field, and it looks like Thaddeus is actually closing in on Toter. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn to number 3 and 4. It's going to be Travis St. Clair leading the way. Battle for that number 2 spot starting to heat up a little bit as they've left Clifford Driscoll in the dust in that number 63. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn to number 3 and 4. It's going to be a battle for the number 2 spot. Here comes Thaddeus looking low. Can't make the pass. Almost slides up into Dobbs. He's going to slide into turn number 1 and 2. Dobbs going to dig to the outside. Dobbs going to give him the room. Thaddeus slides up. They're going to go back to work on our leaders. They are on second place as they come through 3 and 4. Dobbs is going to look low on Thaddeus. 2 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be single file for these guys as they come down the back straightaway, looking for turn to number 3 and 4. Battle for second on your screen as Travis St. Clair has checked out. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go as they head into out of turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Does Thaddeus have enough to send it into 3 and 4? He's going to try to dig low. It's going to be St. Clair, Toter, Marshall, Dobbs, and Driscoll rounding out the field. So 5 cars. Everybody's going to make it here tonight. We're going to get another 5 race heat for heat race number 2. Track is definitely looking like it could be a little racy here tonight. All right, heat race number 2. It's going to be Wesley Gwaltney starting on the pole here tonight. Cody Sieber in second. Going to be Scott Schroyer in that number 3 spot. Ben Countermarsh in 4th. And JD Sace in that number 5 position. So 5 cars. Everybody's going to make it here in heat race number 2. Let's get there where we can see them as they pull off the starting lineup. Oh, you were supposed... Yeah, I just seen what you said, Driscoll. Or, Caudell, yep. Make it 1 to go, Gibbs. Make it 1 to go. Yeah, I'm just doing late models tonight. Unless something catches my eye and I come back live again, but I have no plans. But you never know with me sometimes. Sometimes I feel like jumping on again. All right, they're going to get 1 to go at the line this time by as they come out of turn number 4. Wesley and Cody on that front row. That's a good front row right there. Who's going to take heat race number 2? Let me know in the chat. Does Wesley drive off into the sunset, or does Cody Sieber give him a battle for that number 1 spot? Side by side, looking for that green flag this time by Wesley. Wesley needs a win. Wesley needs a win. We're used to seeing him up there in victory lane. Can he put it there tonight? He's got a fast car. He's got an opportunity. First step's going to be taking heat race number 2. Can he do it? Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Schroyer to the bottom side, up underneath Sieber. Not able to do anything with it. His Countermarsh going to drive to his outside and try and take that number 3 spot. He does in turn number 3 and 4. They're going to get single file down the front straightaway, down into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be all Wesley out front. Now, if you guys don't know, I believe it's the top 6 are inverted in the feature here tonight. So it's almost a full field invert. Yep, top 6. So it is not going to be easy for these guys to take the win here tonight, to take the win in the feature. out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Wesley out front leading the way as they got 3 laps complete, 7 laps to go. So we are going to use the whole warm-up. It's only 5 minutes. Who cares? Give me some opportunity to talk to you guys as they come down the back straightaway. It's going to be Wesley out front, but Sieber putting the pressure on him as they come out of turn number 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Sieber looking low through turn number 2. He's got the run off down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Wesley's going to keep him pinched down a bit. He gets wonky, pushes up the track. It's going to be Sieber at the line that time by. Sieber going to send it into 1 and 2. Slides up the track. Wesley's going to cut down. Drag race down the back straightaway. Good race for the lead here as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Wesley's going to take it back. It's going to be 4 laps to go. 4 laps to go down into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be all Wesley out front leading the way. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be 3 laps to go at the line. As Schroyer might have gotten the inside wall, but definitely pushed up the track. That's going to allow JD up underneath them. JD's going to slide almost to the wall out of turn number 2. Schroyer's easily going to cut down up underneath them as the battle is starting to get a little close up in that number 2 spot now, as it looks like counter march is all over the back of the 357 of Sieber. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be white flag in the air as Wesley leads the way. Here comes Countermarsh up underneath Sieber. Battle for that number 2 spot. Countermarsh going to get a good run through turn number 1 and 2. Sieber tries to get the run down the back straightaway. Countermarsh going to take that spot into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Gwaltney, Countermarsh, Sieber, Sace, and Schroyer rounding out the field here in heat race number 2. Mark, thank you for, what's up, buddy? I was going to say thank you for the like, but I didn't see it. If you probably hit the like, but I just didn't see it. We are at 2.6 likes, 2.6K likes. That is insane. All right, guys, we got a little bit of time to talk now, as these guys are going to go out on the track. They are going to run the full 5-minute warm-up. I don't blame them. What's up, B Racing? Thank you for the like. Appreciate that. I see you out there. As it's going to be Ethan out front leading the way here in the practice as these guys roll off pit road. B Racing, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. As they come out of turn number 4. So they are going to run the full 5 minutes out. They got about 4 minutes left here in the warm-up. How you guys doing out here tonight? Who's your favorites that are out here? Let's get a little bit of conversation going. You know, how was your day? What are you wearing? You know, all that kind of good stuff. It is iRacing. Yes, it is. All right, so Travis St. Clair going to the top of the... Whoa, Wesley goes to the top of the charts. Wesley to the top of the charts here in the warm-up. I'm telling you, don't count out Wesley tonight. We might not have a big field, but we got a good field. So I am excited about that. We might get a lot of green flag laps of a lot of good racing here tonight. Doing good. Just got home from work. There you go, Dakota. Man, you took the soggiest trip, South Carolina to Florida. All right, Dirt Racer, get some sleep. I'll be on tomorrow. We got some racing lined up for tomorrow. I'll be on both my channels. As we got about 3 minutes left here in the warm-up. I've been good, Clint. How are you? Are you ready for work on Friday, Clint? Yes, sir. What were you doing up in South Carolina? It's down for me, up for you. As we got about 2.5 minutes left here. I know I know that a lot of people got pretty messed up in South Carolina. I used to live in Asheville, North Carolina, and they got absolutely destroyed. All right, so it is Clifford Driscoll getting a quick time in. Man, he was struggling in his heat race, looking like he might have found a little bit of speed. Maybe he needed a slicker track to be fast. So Driscoll going to shoot it up to the top of the charts. Ethan Toder second. None of these guys are going to have an easy night. All these lap times are all pretty freaking close. Yeah, I know the power. We have a guy that we do a lot of iRacing with. He was out of power in South Carolina for. He just got it back yesterday. Yeah, it's a lot of work up there. Definitely a lot of work here in Illinois. Yeah, it's not usually bad when it gets north. I remember when Katrina came through, I was in Asheville. And it wasn't as bad as they thought it was. I mean, we got a lot of rain. The worst part about Katrina coming through was the freaking gas prices skyrocketing. That was the bad part when Katrina came through and then those gas prices got hammered. Now back home in Florida. Yeah, are you on the west side of Florida? Are you on the Gulf side? I know I got some friends that are in Tampa. I need to hit up and ask them how they're doing. Tampa got a lot of storm surge, from what I heard. Anybody on that dirty side, on the east side of the storm, got hammered. All right, B Racing. I'll talk to you later. You remember Hugo? You would, because you're old, Clint. Okay. Look. I remember when Hugo happened, but I was in New York when Hugo happened. All right, let's get ready for tonight's main event, as that's going to be the end of warm-up. Track looks pretty good out there. I think these guys are going to make the best of what they got, as it looks like we are going to go through, as everybody's going to go onto the starting grid, and we are going to go through tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight, it's going to be the number 357 of Cody Sieber. Outside of him in the number 83, you can't count him out either. It's going to be Thaddeus Marshall. Ben Countermarsh in that number 3 spot. Ethan Toder in 4th, looking for 3 wins this season. Wesley Gwaltney in 5th. Going to be Travis St. Clair in that number 6 spot. Scott Dobbs in 7th. JD Sace in 8th. It's going to be Clifford Driscoll in that number 9 spot. And Scott Schroyer rounding out the field in 10th. Yeah, I know. I remember when it happened. Look, I ended up in Charleston, South Carolina at a very unique time. And I ended up doing roofing, which happened to be the perfect time to be a roofer, because it was right about the time that all those roofs that had been replaced for Hugo were ready to be replaced again. So I made a killing, and they were easy tear-offs because they were single layer. We're talking like 2001, 2002, right around in that range. 2001. Donnie Watts, thank you for the like over on TikTok. Donnie's hopping around, checking out all the platforms. Appreciate you, Donnie. As they're going to come down the back straightaway, it's going to be Cody Sieber and Thaddeus Marshall on that front row. Who's it going to be tonight? I'll tell you what, I can't pick. There are a lot of good drivers up there. Lot of good drivers. And Volusia is fast and sometimes can surprise you. Look, I got to tell you guys something funny. SDK just popped up that Scott Dobbs crashed. He didn't crash, but it popped up that he did. It already knows. Scrap metal Scott Dobbs. Scott Dobbs did change his name back. It is no longer scrap metal in this series. Congratulations, Scott. As we are looking for the green flag out of turn number 4. Sieber going to lead him. When's he going to fire off? Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway. Going to be Sieber setting it down into turn number 1. Marshall in second. As we got a big stack up for the number 4 spot as Ben Countermarsh going to get shuffled back all the way to the number 7 spot. Wesley trying to make short work of these guys as he is diving down low as they come out of turn number 4. Sieber going to lead lap number 1. Wesley trying to find his way around that number 13. Through turn number 1 and 2, down the back straightaway. Wow, Scott Dobbs had to push Wesley out of the corner. Wesley gets a big run as they're 3 wide for third out of turn number 4. Wesley going to lose ground out of turn number 4, down into turn number 1 and 2. Battle now for that number 3 spot as Travis St. Clair digging up underneath the number 23 of Toter as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Dirt Track Lover, thank you for the follow. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Oh, they're going to get it single file now down the back straightaway. It's side by side a little bit further back, but Wesley going to get a big run out of turn 2. Man, that thing launched out of turn number 2. That was a full launch out of turn number 2, but he's going to lose all that in 3 and 4. Let's see if he gets that launch again. Man, he absolutely shoots like a rocket out of turn number 2. Look at that thing accelerate as it looks like Toter going to get up underneath the number 83 of Marshall for the number 2 spot. He's got to fall back in line. Dobbs had a little bit of a checkup. He's now back there racing with Driscoll as we watch the battle for the number 2 spot. We got Thaddeus up high, Toter down low. Toter going to slide up in front of Thaddeus as they come across the line. It's going to be 6 laps complete. 50 laps here for tonight's event as here comes Travis St. Clair looking up underneath the 83 down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to parallel park it out of turn number 4, takes that number 3 spot. Travis St. Clair looking fast here tonight, but he's got Toter up in front of him. That's going to be the guy he's going to really need to beat here tonight because it looks like Toter is gaining on Sieber as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Come on, 13, says Dakota. Travis St. Clair in that number 13 comfortably in the number 3 spot as now here comes Toter going to put the pressure on Sieber as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be 9 laps complete that time by. 9 laps complete. Toter looking down low, looking for the lead up underneath Sieber into turn number 3 and 4. Can he get the run out of turn 4? Sieber on the outside gets the run. He's going to keep the lead that time by. Sieber going to lick the stamp and send it into turn number 1 and 2. Slides up the track. Sieber's just going to stay in line. He had the run. I'm surprised he didn't take it low. Here comes Travis St. Clair. St. Clair going to look low on the 357 to Sieber, looking for that number 2 spot. Slides into the number 2 spot in 1 and 2 as Sieber going to try to get the run out of 2. He stays in line again. Down into turn number 3 and 4 as they come across the line. Battle for second looks to be complete. Can St. Clair catch the 23 of Toter? He is coming. He is coming. Out of turn number 4. It is going to be 13 laps complete. Let's take a look at these lap times right now. Ethan Toter was quickest last time by as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Tire wear is a thing, though, so you got to wonder, is Travis saving a little bit of tire here, too? Carrie, thank you for the share. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. As they head into turn number 1 and 2. Field is single file forward now as they roll down the back straightaway, checking out, seeing where everybody's at. JD back there, Schroyer, Ben Countermarsh. Surprised to see Countermarsh so far back. Clifford Driscoll, he was quick in that warm-up, but he's back in the number 7 spot. He is not out, but he's definitely not in it right now. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Here comes Wesley looking up underneath 83. Can't quite get there. I'll tell you what, guys, it looks like Toter is trying to check out as Thaddeus makes a little mistake trying to get up underneath Sieber. Lucky it didn't cost him because Wesley was a ways back from trying to make that pass. Wesley going to ship it in and get the quarter panel of that number 83 as they come across the line down the front straightaway. We are doing mini stocks tomorrow. Like, yeah, it is one groove. It is. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be all toter out front, down the front straightaway. Into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Wesley looking down low. Can't quite get there. He's got to get back in line. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be all toter out front. We're watching the battle for third on back as it looks like Sieber trying to hold on. Thaddeus, Wesley, Dobbs, and now Driscoll showing up in the mix in the number 63, trying to battle for that number 2 spot. Welcome back, B-Racing. Welcome back. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Wesley. He gives him the door. In turn number 1 and 2, down the back straightaway. That was just a knock-knock. Hello, I'm here. As he slides into that number 4 spot. Now he's got to go to work on Sieber. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Thaddeus looking down low. Here comes Marshall up underneath Wesley. Out of turn 2, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to take that number 4 spot back. But Wesley going to cut down out of turn 4 side by side at the line into turn number 1 and 2. Wesley going to ship it up the track, slides up, easy crossover by Thaddeus out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. They make contact. Thaddeus gets sideways. They're still side by side out of turn 4. They touch again down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Thaddeus had to back out of it, almost clobbered the 81. Here comes Dobbs to the outside. Supers. These are supers. Yeah, I meant Clint Stocks. My bad. Oh, Dobbs into the wall. Down the front straightaways. Tried to stick his nose to the outside of Thaddeus. And it bites him, gets him into the wall. Caution flag comes out. All right, we're going to take a look at this one. Dobbs just got the run, and Thaddeus was drifting up the track. Yeah, they just ran. Oh, it might have been a little net code. Sucked them up into Dobbs. Dobbs going to bust that right front off. Caution flag comes out for the first time here tonight as we are 24 laps complete. Rip. Well, good news for him is they got a fast repair. Oh, JD pulled out. Thaddeus just killed the boss. Yep. Rip. Rip. All right, guys. Caution flag for the first time here tonight. If they can get some passing going, I'll tell you what. This is going to get real good. I'll tell you what. I will tell you what. You know, a lot of people, I hate the cost because it's in the pacing. That damage, that did look cool. It did look cool. A lot of people do complain about the pacing, and it does suck, but it does help so much on these dirt tracks. Because for whatever reason, it does seem to help make the track a little bit slicker. Not as drastically as it did before the new build, but it definitely does help work that track in a little bit. So this could be a good thing here, getting this caution flag as we come across the line. It is going to be halfway when they take the green flag. Looks like they got them stacked up. Single file for the leader, 2x2 for second on back. As we are going to look for that green flag, I think this time by as they come out of turn number 2. Who's it going to be? What time? I'll probably do a little roast talk on the other channel from 7 to 9 and then about 9:15. So I'll probably be live around between 9:15 and 9:30 tomorrow Eastern time. Green flag is out as they come out of turn at number 4. Toter's going to take the lead and keep the lead as they head into 1 and 2. Travis St. Clair with a good start. Going to stay on that back bumper to the 23 as they come down the back straightaway. Big run for Wesley as he tries to take the number 3 spot. He's looking for more as he gets up underneath Travis. Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Here comes Sieber back to the outside. Takes that number 3 spot back. Wesley's not going to give up without a fight. Digs back low. Oh, Sieber got a little loose. Wesley got that lunch. He takes the number 3 spot back. Out of turn number 4, it's going to be 27 laps in the books. Wesley finally into that number 3 spot. Like I said earlier, as Driscoll gets the inside wall. Like I said earlier, do not count out that 81. He is fast. He hasn't been in victory lane here this season. He is looking for it as they come out of turn number 4. Made a little contact with St. Clair there, but able to keep it straight. Through turn number 1 and 2, down the back straightaway. It's going to be all Toter out front, but Wesley putting the pressure on that number 13 through turn number 3 and 4. Single file right now for that top 4. Look who's sneaking in that number 63. Looking up underneath Thaddeus, trying to break into that top 5. It's going to be Clifford Driscoll digging that bottom side, trying to catfish out of turn number 4. Here comes the catfish, Clifford Driscoll. Oh, got a little bumpy down there. He loses ground. Now he's going to get a good run out of turn number 2. Let's go fast as fun, says Mayo. Right, Mayo? What's up, buddy? What's up, Mayo? Thank you for the like. Appreciate you. As they head into turn number 1 and 2, it is side by side for that number 5 spot. Driscoll going to get the run out of turn number 2. He's bringing Dobbs with him as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Driscoll in that number 5 spot down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Driscoll looking really tight on that bottom side. That nose keeps trying to push on entry. That is hurting him. I think he's faster than that. He just can't get that nose to turn into the corner. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Look how tight. It's just awkwardly tight on entry, especially in 1 and 2. Drag race down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be still side by side for that number 5 spot. We're going to move up to the battle for second as Wesley looks low on St. Clair. St. Clair going to give Wesley very little room down low as they come down the back straightaway, as Wesley's going to slide it up out of turn number 4. Here comes St. Clair down low, but give the number 2 spot to Wesley that time by. Travis St. Clair going to dig up underneath that 81 as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Wesley takes the number 2 spot and does not give it up as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be 14 laps to go as they come across the line. All Toter out front into turn number 1 and 2. Wow, Travis looks like he might be struggling a little bit. It might be tires. I don't know. Car does not look happy as they come out of turn number 4 down into turn number 1 and 2. Wesley he is the fastest car on the track right now in that number 81 as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. He is hunting down the 23 of Toter as they come out of turn number 4. We got 12 laps to go. Is there enough time? He was a bit faster, about a tenth and a half quicker than our leader that time by, closing the gap. There's plenty of time at that rate. Can he catch Toter? And can he find his way around as they come across the line? 11 laps to go. 11 laps to go into turn number 1 and 2. Wesley is digging, hunting for the lead down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. About a tenth and a half quicker last time. Let's see what it looks like this time by, as he is only 3/10 back and he is still quicker than our leader. You got your new ACL family? Nice. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Wesley looking low out of turn 4. We got 9 laps to go into turn number 1 and 2. 9 laps to go down the back straightaway. They almost dead even for lap times last time by between the top 2 as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 8 laps to go. Toter going to be a little bit quicker that time by. No, I'll tell you what, Wesley was quicker. Man, see what I get for assuming? Through turn number 3 and 4. Michael, thank you for the like. Appreciate that. As they come out of turn number 4, 7 laps to go. Wesley continues to slowly inch in on that lead. I'll tell you what, he is a little bit faster, but is he fast enough to make the pass? That's going to be the question as they come out of turn number 4. It is 6 laps to go into 1 and 2. Here comes Wesley down low. Wesley going to get up underneath Toter as they come down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. He's going to ship it into 3 and 4. They're side by side for the lead. Out of turn number 4, 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go into turn number 1 and 2. Toter's going to keep the lead. Wesley got to get back in line out of turn 2, down the back straightaway. Back to work he goes through turn number 3 and 4. What cars? We had supers and big block modifieds last night. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Wesley looking low as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. That bottom side does not seem to have the same kind of hookup it did earlier as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be 3 laps to go at the line. Can Wesley find his way around as they head into turn number 1 and 2? Wesley going to stick a nose up underneath there. He's got the run down the back straightaway. He's going to ship it through turn number 3 and 4. Slides it out of 4. Easy cut down by Toter, but it's going to be Wesley at the line that time. They touch heading into turn number 1 and 2. Toter going to come up the track. Here comes Wesley back with the cut down out of turn 2. Big run down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to slide back up. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go. They touch again into turn number 1 and 2. Toter thought about the slide. It wasn't there. They almost touch on a turn 2. Down the back straightaway. Wesley looking to steal the win here tonight as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. What a win by Wesley Gwaltney. Ethan Toter second. St. Clair third. Sieber and Marshall your top 5. All right, it's going to be Wesley with the win. Ethan Toter in second. Travis St. Clair in third. Cody Sieber in that number 4 spot. Thaddeus Marshall in fifth. Scott Dobbs in sixth. Clifford Driscoll in that number 7 position. Scott Schroyer in eighth. Ben Countermarsh ninth. And JD in that number 10 spot. We're going to grab those top 3 and bring them into the Discord here in just a second. What a race here tonight. What a freaking race. And I have to back it up a little bit. There we go. I had to get Toter back in there. All right, so let's go ahead and see if those top 3 are in Discord. So we've had 4 races, 3 different winners. One of them on the podium here tonight that has got 2 races. We're going to go and see if we can scoop them up and drag them in. Well, for 10 cars, that was a pretty good race. Travis, man, you had a quick one early on. It looked to fade a little bit late there. Looked like it was having a little issue with a little bit of handling there, especially on quarter exit.
Yeah, on the first lap there, we got some damage. I don't know why the 12 car went to he started on bottom, he moved up in front of me going into one there, and I tried to check up, but somebody moves up in front of you going into turn 1, it's really hard not to kill them. And so I took on some damage there. I really didn't think when we got going there, the car was fast, and I thought, okay, it's not a big deal. Well, we got to the caution there, and it was pulling the right, and Ethan told me, yeah, it's beat up pretty bad. I mean, it doesn't look too terrible, but the car's pulling to the right, so yeah, it's kind of frustrating. I don't know how much it slowed me down. I don't know too much about damage on this build, but I think it killed me a little bit there.
You still look good tonight. You've had a lot of good finishes. You got to feel good about your season so far, but man, victory lane being so elusive for you this season.
Yeah, that's for sure. We're just a little off this on the super late models. We did pretty good UMPs, but just a little off here in the late models.
Well, great run here tonight. Why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, I want to thank all the guys at Max Droop Sim Sports, Siebers Racing Media, 309 Designs for the good looking car. You guys for broadcasting and 3D for putting on the league. Congrats to Wesley on the win there. It's good to see him get a win out here. He's been finishing well each week, so congrats to him.
Appreciate you, Travis. Ethan.
Yep.
You couldn't go for 3 for all the races that you've run? Jeez.
I tried.
I know you did. Great run, dominating performance here tonight. But Wesley tracked you down. Man, he was so quick out the bottom side in turn number 1 and 2. It was kind of hard to defend that.
Yeah, I just didn't have the tires. Stupid tire decision by me. Picked the wrong air, and got beat for it. But I guess you just got to race a lot more. So It is what it is.
You took last week off, so obviously you didn't have a finish there, but you got 3 races. You got a first, and second. Man, you got to feel good about that.
Yeah, I really feel like we let one slip tonight. It sucks. We had, I don't know, 3-second lead there before the caution. I mean, I felt fine after the caution, but then 10 laps to go hit, and I mean, it felt like I was just out there riding on a rim. But Wesley obviously had the car to beat, and he did good. He ran me clean. I accidentally got into him a couple times into 1 and 2, and sorry for that. But it was a hell of a race. I feel like, I mean, I couldn't just let him drive away from me. I had to at least try to race him.
Yeah, it was a good race between you two. You gave it all you had. Great run here tonight. Why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
All the guys at Max Droop, Volusia Speed Shop, should be it. 3D Racing, and you guys put on the broadcast.
I'll tell you what, Majulis put on a show last night at Oswego in the opener. That was a great race, but good run here tonight, and maybe I'll see you next week.
Thank you.
No problem. Tipper, by the way, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Wesley, I said early on tonight, I said, you got to watch out for that 81. He looks fast here tonight. He's got to be hungry. He hasn't taken a win, and man, it was some work, but man, you got there.
I did, and I had to drive a little more aggressive than I'd like to. So I actually apologized to Toter there. I kind of gave him a door, and I apologized to Sinclair, kind of fit him a door. It rotated and was so good on the bottom that there's not much I could really do about it. It was I had to drive it like that, and strangely enough, I'm usually the guy that tries to break out to the front and burns my shit up pretty quick, but I just kept talking to myself there, just set the pace, set the pace, set the pace, and I saw those 3 break away, and I said, "Oh no, this could be a problem." And luckily, that caution came out midway. I figured there'd be at least one. Thank God there was one, because I still had a little bit left, and that I could finally run that bottom without destroying my stuff. So if it had gone to the top, they were going to destroy me. But anytime you beat and you get to race with Sinclair and Toter and all those guys at Max Drew, I mean, they're hats off to them. They're super respectful and gave me a hell of a race there, and I got tired of finishing second of this. I think I finished second 3 times last season in the UMPs. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. And then this year I've been like third and second, and so it had to come sooner or later. And uh, thank God it's finally here. It's a lot of weight off my shoulder.
I'll tell you what, you get in a lot of leagues, and you seem to do real well and get those wins, and you get in here, and it's almost humbling to get in with some of these guys that are this good and try to beat them, and it's just hard to beat them. I mean, it's hard for any one of these guys, even Ethan taking the first 2 wins. It's not easy with the guys that you guys got on this track.
No, not at all. Even with just like when it's just 3D guys and we run like sim fans and stuff, it's always tough. They're fast. Everybody in here is pretty fast, and I finally got one. I think that might be one of the first times I've ever beat Toter. So not to gloat, I appreciate him because he could have ran me a lot more dirty there. We ran that whole summer nationals thing when I was over on HRT, and I ran second to him 6 straight races. So I finally got one.
Well, great run here tonight. Why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Man, I got to start with my team. Making this move over here to Mud Duck it's been a world difference, and those guys they're willing to put in some laps with me, deal with my whining and complaining of not figuring out what I'm doing, and it's almost all driver fault. And they kind of talk me down and help me out with setup stuff if I need it, and just getting me comfortable in these setups. I finally figured out how to drive these Majula Ace speed shop setups, and they are they are lightning fast. So I got to say a big shout out to them. I mean, it's changed my program quite a bit, and then I got to thank all of our great sponsors over at Mud Duck. We've got a ton of them. Spartan Transportation, Sweet Victory Apparel, C High Performance, Tac 3 Defense, WR1 VLR, and Just Blaze Designs. Got to thank them. And Anthony Ray, he got me looking good here. You for broadcasting this. I finally get a win in one of your races, so I'm sure Scott Helms is excited. And then Scott and Dobbs and all them with the guys at 3D for putting this race on.
That might be the thumbnail next week. Wesley Gwaltney disappoints Scott Helms.
Hey, I don't care. I got the one. I've been trying for this 1 and 2 seasons, so we'll take it. And I can't wait to race the rest of the season out with Toter and with Sinclair, because I know we got a three horse race for the championship, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. We're all kind of three punches right now.
Yeah, definitely a good group to watch finish it off. So great run, guys. Thanks for coming out and putting on a show, even though it was a light field.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Thank you, man.
Yeah. All right, guys, that is going to be it for tonight. I may or may not come back on. We'll see. Get those notifications on. As always, until next time, be safe and have a good night. Yeah, and it was definitely a one-lane track. If we had more cars, it would have been a little better. But thanks, guys.